want to thank the governors who are with us here today. We have Governor Reynolds from Iowa, Governor Kristi Noem from South Dakota, Governor Pillen from Nebraska, and Governor Stitt from Oklahoma. They're here to both tour the border, to tour what we're doing with the buoys in the border, as well as they are deploying military and our law enforcement officers to help Texas secure the border. In addition to these governors with us here today, the following governors have also provided either military personnel or law enforcement personnel. Governor Lee from Tennessee, Governor Little from Idaho, Governor DeSantis from Florida, Governor DeWine from Ohio, Governor Sanders from Arkansas, Governor McMaster from South Carolina, Governor Youngkin from Virginia, Governor Justice from West Virginia, Governor Mark Gordon from Wyoming, Governor Burgum from North Dakota. All together, counting Texas, we have 15 governors in 15 states from the United States that are deploying personnel to secure the border. Altogether, if you add in the other states that are supporting this mission, 25 governors in 25 states, half of the states of the United States of America are banding together to step up and secure a border that President Biden has abandoned. And there are some very simple reasons why we're having to do this. The primary reason is because Joe Biden is not doing his job. Joe Biden is responsible for the largest amount of illegal immigration in the history of the United States. And there are deadly consequences because of that. More people are dying per year under Joe Biden as president than under any president in the history of the United States. The border between the United States and Mexico is turning into a deadly welcome mat for the migrants who are coming here. As an example, just last year alone, there was an all-time record number of people who died crossing the border. 853 people died last year. One was an 8-year-old child who died in federal detention. Another was a 5-year-old who died drowning coming across the river. And then just last month, here in the Eagle Pass area, there was an infant who drowned crossing the border. That was before that we put the buoys up. A little infant drowned, and not a peep out of Washington, D.C. about that. And then who can forget the 53 people who perished in a tractor trailer not far from here, just down or up the road in San Antonio. It's for reasons like this why the United Nations, an agency of it, declared the border between the United States and Mexico as the deadliest land border in the entire world. Joe Biden is responsible for that deadly border. But us governors, we're not going to stand idly by and see this disaster wreaked upon the United States. And that's why they have come here and why they are sending their personnel here, because they know that we as states share an obligation, and that's to step up and respond to this unparalleled catastrophe caused by Joe Biden. And let me be clear, we are fully authorized by the Constitution of the United States of America to do exactly what we are doing, and that is to secure the border. In closing, let me just say this, and that is Texans and our fellow Americans have deep gratitude for our service members who serve on the border. It includes the National Guard behind us, who wear these fatigues every day. And in this heat, it's extraordinary. They work day and night to prevent people from entering the United States illegally. They work alongside the Texas Department of Public Safety. The Texas Department of Public Safety also has been engaged in this mission 24/7 for years now. And get this very important fact for all Americans. Just the Texas Department of Public Safety alone has seized enough fentanyl to kill every human being in the United States of America. All of America could be wiped out simply by the fentanyl seized by the Texas Department of Public Safety. And we've been aided over this past year by Mike Banks, who's right behind Governor Stitt. He's our Texas border czar. He served for 23 years in Border Patrol. He brings first-hand experience and intelligence about what to do, strategies to employ, how to be more effective, and he has made us more effective. And importantly, his first day on the job, he spent more time on the border than the borders are for the United States of America. It is an insult to Americans that the Biden administration even claims they have a border czar, they care about the border. Even Joe Biden himself took only a passing trip to El Paso that didn't really go to the border like these governors went today. And yet, thousands of people are losing their lives because of Joe Biden's open borders. We as governors aim to do everything we can to put a stop to it. We'll take a few questions. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Governor. A worker from the Mexican side of the United States International Boundary Water Commission said that Texas was moving the border buoys further north to comply with that survey. Is that true, Senator?
It is correct. There were allegations, which I don't know if they were true or not, but allegations that the buoys had drifted toward the Mexico side. And so, out of an abundance of caution, Texas went back and moved the buoys into a location where it is clear that they are on the United States side, not on the Mexico side. I do want to add this, and that is if you look at the treaty between the United States and Mexico, that treaty specifically references buoys as a device that can be allowed in these waters between the United States and Mexico. And so it's highly recognized that buoys were acceptable and not a deterrent to navigable waters. Yes.
So right now, Trump and DeSantis are the top two Republicans in the polls at the moment. As a governor of Texas, when it comes to solving the border crisis, who would you rather have as a Republican president, Trump or DeSantis?
So listen, we just want a Republican president. I know that the country cannot suffer 4 more years under Joe Biden. America will be destroyed from within by Joe Biden's policy. Thousands more of migrants will lose their lives, but the soul of America will be crushed. But there's one team of people who's pushing back against that, and that's the governors across the United States from the northern border to the southern border. Governors are combining together to push back against the Biden administration.
Governor Abbott,
go ahead.
There's never been a time in Texas history, I don't believe, where there have been 25 governors who rallied together for border security. Has this ever happened before?
This is the first that I'm aware of, but it shows the unity that we have in this country among governors, people who have to deal with real life issues and challenges in their states all the time. I think it was Governor Stitt who said what everyone here knows. Every state in the United States is a border state. Sure, it's Oklahoma, it's all the way to South Dakota. You heard Kim Reynolds and Iowa talk about it. Look at what's going on in New York. Look at what's going on in Illinois. They may be Democrat governors and Democrat mayors, but they're fed up as much as Republicans are with the Biden administration and the way that Biden is destroying our states and our cities and our country. Americans will not tolerate it anymore. A few more questions.
Anyone? Nothing? Anyone have a question for the other governors?
All right.